I'm Michael Connelly, and I'm here in Los Angeles. I had an idea early in my life that I wanted to be a writer of crime novels. The problem was I knew nothing about crime. I had not committed any crimes, and I really was interested in a world I knew nothing about. So the question became, how do I get to that point? And so in talking with my parents and doing a lot of thought about it, the idea became, why don't you become a journalist? The journalist, if you had a journalist card, if you had a press pass, you could get into police stations, you could meet detectives, and you could learn about the world that you eventually want to write about in fiction. And so that was kind of this double secret master plan that I engaged in, and it turned out to actually happen. It turned out to work. So I went to school, went and got a journalism degree, worked for a number of papers, and in almost all the papers I was a crime reporter, and in a way it was about 14 years of research preparing me to write my crime novels. And so eventually I reached this point where I felt like I was ready. I knew enough about this world to at least fake it in fiction, and I set out to write novels, and here I am. I believe that people read these books because of the characters at the core of the book. Yes, you want to have thrills and mystery and an investigation. That's all very important, but I think the most important thing is character. And so if you start out with that belief, you realize that you should never miss any chance to say something about your character, and that would include the name. So I started out with my first book knowing or thinking that I wanted to have a name that would impart something about character or maybe some kind of metaphor about the city. And it took me a long while, but I eventually came up with this 15th century painter named Bosch, who by happenstance I had studied when I was in college. And I saw a direct metaphor between his work, which is, I guess you could boil it down to a world gone wrong or chaos. I saw a correlation to a crime scene, and I saw a greater correlation to the craziness of Los Angeles. And so it really kind of hit me all at once that this would be a good name, Bosch, Harry for short. Los Angeles is a place of constant fascination to me and to many people, and I moved here, I came here as a newspaper reporter, and I eventually started writing fiction about it. And now, many years down the road, I don't think I could do anything else. I think the character I created in Harry Bosch and characters like Mickey Haller are very intrinsic to Los Angeles. They're of Los Angeles, and they're built by me to be almost metaphoric about Los Angeles. So I think the city is part and parcel of what I do, and I don't really see my changing that, or I don't think I could change that. And there's many reasons for that. I mean, Los Angeles is one of the great destination cities of my country, if not this world. It's a place people come to achieve dreams that they could not achieve wherever they came from. And that creates a certain friction, and because some people get their dreams and some people don't. And that's perfect if you're going to write fiction about this place, because you have the haves and the have-nots, and it's the struggle between those, the line between those, where you find good stories. Well, we're in Los Angeles now, heading up. We're going to head towards the hills and visit a couple of neighborhoods of hopefully well-known characters, Mickey Haller and Harry Bosch. This is Woodrow Wilson Drive, where Harry Bosch lives. And I came up here for the first time when I was a newspaper reporter, and I was covering a murder. There was a woman found murdered in the street, and it happened to be when I was writing my first Harry Bosch novel, and thought this would be a perfect street for him because it's not the most expensive neighborhood. I think he could live here on a cop's salary, but it has opportunities to see the city, and that's what I wanted to make sure I had for this detective. I wanted him to contemplate the city and his place in it. I think this is one of the most magnificent views of the city of Los Angeles. We're right at the top of the Santa Monica Mountains, standing a few feet off of Mulholland Drive. And this precipice is the Overlook of the book called The Overlook. This is where it all started. Where I'm standing is where the body is found, where Harry Bosch comes, where Rachel Walling shows up, and we go off with the action of that story. I chose this place because of Not only because of its beauty, but also because of the sense of danger here. There's physical danger in that wrong step and you go down the hill, but also up here in the darkness, you hear the sounds of the city, you hear the helicopters, the police helicopters, and there's this almost palpable sense that you might not be alone, that something could happen here, good or bad, and it could happen pretty quickly.